Hi everybody and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is an extra long Siku model. It's a city bus. On the side is a Children of the World montage. I don't know exactly when this came out, but it's a very nice model in surprisingly good condition for this age. There's no apparent damage on here other than the expected wear and tear. And I've got a special plan for this one. I picked it up in an eBay haul way back, probably near the beginning of my YouTube channel's existence. As soon as I got it, I knew what I wanted to do. And I remember saying that out loud during the unboxing video where I saw this for the first time. But it's taken this long for it to get its place in the queue. And here we are some 3 years later. The tires, or more specifically the axles, are the only rough spots on this whole casting, and that's an easy fix-up that I'll show you as we progress through the build here. The one solid plastic piece interior, and it's hefty too. There's no flex to this at all, it's really well cast. And I'm most happy to report that there's no cracking or glazing on the long side glass pieces or the front windshield or back glass either. Siku is a German brand, and I've got lots of their stuff. I don't know if they're hard to come by where you are, but I'm always most pleased because they're very, very good quality and usually a lot of detail, even in their premium casting. So keep an eye out. If you ever see one, snatch it up and take it apart, and I think you'll be pleased. Everything's looking good with the bus. Hot on the heels of my Porsche 3 Invitational, I want to give a community shout out to Sam Scaled Models, because he made this transformer that I'm zooming in on, which I thought was absolutely over the top good. Incredible skill and craftsmanship, and I won't sleep well until I figure out how to do my own. A working transformer, Sam. Really? Wow. If you haven't already, be sure to swing by Sam's YouTube channel, check that out, and give him a thumbs up and a new sub, because that's part and parcel of what the Invitational was about, getting people connected with each other, and I thank you for doing that. I've been giving the bus a good rub down with the wire wheel attachments. That hasn't disclosed any other ailments or infirmities in the casting, so off it goes for degreasing and primer. And if you missed the big hint on the thumbnail picture, I guess I better tell you what the special theme is that I've had in mind for 3 years now that's about to happen. In the summer of 2010, I made what was nothing short of a pilgrimage for me to Liverpool, England. As Beatles fan number one, I've waited all my life to get there, to take the Magical Mystery Tour bus all around town to all of the Beatles' hotspots, their birth homes, the church where Paul met John for the first time. What an historic occasion that was. And lots of the pubs and taverns where they started honing their craft. They would play for free in those early days, any place that would take them. So my Magical Mystery Tour bus is getting some blue and yellow. Those are the main base colors. Hold your breath while I unmask these long side pieces. Success. What would you say? There are 10 or 12 absolutely unforgettable days in your life that was one of them for me. Nostalgia is what got me into this hobby in the first place, and as I said, as soon as I uncovered that bus a couple of years ago, I knew it had to be a Beatles Magical Mystery Tour bus. So much fun, and what a great memory I relived this week while I was working on it, playing all the songs in the background. You know, every girl I ever took out got a quiz. Can you name the 4 Beatles? And if they couldn't, without hesitation, it was a deal breaker. Sorry. And just so you know, the lovely Petra is a Beatles and an Elvis fan, which is good news for both of us. And one further FYI, there hasn't been a decent song recorded since 1976. End of the old guy rant. Thanks for staying tuned in. And back to the bus. Time to apply some specially made custom decals, starting with number 221 for my build number, and we'll call that bus number 221. I laid down the ghost white decals all around the bus as a preliminary step in preparation for the top layer decals, starting with the logo, which can be seen from the air. It was a psychedelic time, wasn't it? The late 60s. You sure can tell by the artwork on their album and the songs. I am the walrus. What? John. Goo goo gajoo. I printed each of the rainbows individually so that I could slide them exactly over top of the white ones. And it's all ready to put back together now. The 4 pieces of glass actually had to go back in a particular order, and it took me 1 or 2 tries before I figured that out. I should have just rewatched the disassembly part of my own video, but it all worked out. They clip into place into a series of tabs on the inside roof of the bus, so they're quite firmly held down. Nice and snug. No rattling involved at all. Oh, I forgot to take the screws out, so that's step number 2 before I can proceed. And in goes the cleaned up, heavy-duty interior. Just got to press that down into place. It has to slide in between the glass and over top of the posts as well. Perfect fit. I got a nice little click that I was listening for. I cleaned up the original wheels together with the refurbished axles go in, dualies on the back, singles on the front, and the 2 taillights are tabs. And that manufacturer's logo is the tab that goes in the front. I had to just kind of bend the whole base and then release it to slip those in. Got lucky there. Phew. Not much left now. Just gotta lock it down. There it is. And off it goes on another magical mystery tour. Let's have a closer look. I got lucky matching the blue and the yellow just by using Vallejo Premium basic colors. Matched perfectly with the original scheme. I added these custom-made decals. Tiny little bit of detail on the bottom with the channel logo. Original wheels and glass were preserved. I'm happy about that. And this is just a great memory that I'm holding in my hands of John, Paul, George, and Ringo, who climbed a musical mountain in the 60s. And they made a big impact on this kid. So thanks for indulging me on this trip down memory lane, or Penny Lane, and Strawberry Fields, and all of the other great places that are locked in my memory forever. Write in the comments below if you're a Beatles fan too and what your favorite song is, or if you got to see them live. I never did. I'd love to hear about it. And tell me what you think of the Magical Mystery Tour bus and how it turned out. I think it's pretty close. Thanks for visiting my channel today. I sure do appreciate it. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.